What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing well. Today I've got the unboxing and testing for Ravencoin hash rates on the RTX 3060. Once again, it's a Zotac Twin Edge OC, same version of the card I already have, but the just 3060, not the Ti version. So in this PC right now, I have my 3060 Ti, and ideally what I want to do is put the 3060 Ti in that rig at the bottom with the 3080, which is mining Ravencoin. And then that way I can put in the 3060 here. We'll check the BIOS version to see if it's light hash rate or not. I'm assuming it will be light hash rate, but in the chance it isn't, we'll be able to use the dev driver here to get a higher hash rate. But the thing is, if we look here, unfortunately, the card I do not think will fit with the bar on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox the card first, all right? I'm going to take that card because it should be the same dimensions as the 3060 Ti, and I'm just going to set it here and see if it reaches. I already measured. I don't think it reaches, but I mean, might as well do the test. So I think I'm going to have to swap the bar over to this end like I did on this rig the other time. It's going to be a pain in the butt. I'll have to shut it down and take off all the cards, but we'll probably just end up doing that. I don't really want to run both 3060s in here. I mean, I could do that, but that's just going to bake them. So I'd rather not. Let's get to the unboxing first, and we'll see about that later. Here we go. This time it's a 3060. Again, Zotac Gaming, Twin Edge OC. Let's get at it. Got a sticker on here. So we have our little get amplified here. And the card just comes in this anti-static bag. And here we are. Here's the card. Said it looks to me exactly the same as the 3060 Ti. Can't really see any differences. Same backplate design. Same thing here. So the Zotac cards don't come with any protector. All right. And they don't come with any protectors for the HDMI and DisplayPort either, I realized. But they are the cheaper cards, so it makes sense. Part to this is pretty simple. Does it fit? That's a negative, Captain. So this does not fit at all. As I thought, I'm not surprised. So I think we're gonna have to pull this rig out and swap over the bar. So step number one, the rig is off. I'm gonna switch off both power supplies. So step one is gonna be to take this off, the whole fan assembly, just slide it off. Step number two is I'm just gonna get some GPU boxes from over there. I'm gonna put them on the side here and in the back. I'm going to take off all the cards. I'm going to try and leave them plugged into the riser if I can and the power supplies and just set them on the side. Then I'm going to have to cut the tape on both ends, remove this bar, and it's just a question of literally removing this and flipping it back and then doing the whole thing in reverse afterwards. So let's get started. Got the fans off. So look at this mess. I have the 3070 just sitting on the power supplies. I have an anti-static bag. The 3080 didn't have much reach so far, so again, just same thing, anti-static bag. I have it kind of resting on the motherboard here. 1660 Super and 1080. So it's a bloody mess, but now I'm going to cut off this tape, going to swap over the bar, and then we'll get back to building this back up. This way I don't have to redo all the connections. It's going to be honestly much easier. I know it looks scary right now, like a total electrical dump and fire hazard, but give me a few minutes. Halfway done. So now I'm just going to pop all this stuff back on in the same order I took it off. Gonna put the bar on back first. Then we're gonna put on all the GPUs, and then we're gonna secure the fans on finally. Flip it all on. Hopefully it all works. Almost there. Took longer than I wanted to, but everything's back. Yeah, so now just gotta put the fans back on there, and we're gonna boot her up. Everything's back up and running again, just like I like it. On the left is the Ravencoin, on the right Ethereum. Next step now is I'm going to shut down this PC. I'm going to transfer this 3060 Ti, get it mining on Ravencoin in this guy. I have a riser here somewhere. Here it is. Riser for that. And then this 3060 that I just unboxed is obviously going to go in that PC. And yeah, here we go. So I realized I was going to need some more PCIe cables actually to plug this in, and luckily I have some spare Corsair ones. I just found these locally at a certain point, 25 bucks for 5 of them, so I think that was a mad deal. Here's this guy coming to inspect. I brought the light so I could see the power supply and all the cables better, and he has to come snoop, make sure everything is by electrical code here. All good, dude? We got the 3060 Ti in the rig. What I did is I had this card on a single cable and a splitter. So what I did is I took that splitter off. I ran one PCIe cable. Since it's a daisy chain, I plugged in both risers on it. And then I ran one PCIe cable for the 8-pin here and another for the 8-pin there. So 3 PCIe cables in total for these 2 cards. And now that means all 5 ports of each are maxed out. I have 5 8-pins in there and 4 8-pins in there, and then the CPU connector, which takes up one of those slots. So all 10 ports are saturated. I have a server power supply on the way, and what I'm probably going to do is replace one of these with a server power supply, retire or keep for the next rig this old 850 bronze, and put one of the RM 850Xs up here in this rig, along with the server power supply. So that'll be more efficient, and it'll give me a little more wiggle room. Alright, so I booted everything up. You can see the lights on the card are on, and if I look at the riser, both the blue and red lights are on. However, if I look in Device Manager, I don't see the card. I see the 3080, 3070, 1660 Super, and the 1080. I don't see the 3060 Ti, so I'm going to give it a minute. I've had this behavior before. If I don't see it pop up, I'm just going to restart the computer and see again. And if that doesn't work, my third step will be just to switch it PCIe slots from the second one to the first one. Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully it'll just pop up, and we'll debug this. It's good to have a few problems, get to show the people how you debug it. So we got all the cards detected. I'll tell you what the problem was. Super simple. The riser cable was not well connected. So not the PCIe part, but the USB part was just not put all the way in. So yeah, step number 1 is recheck your connections, right? I rebooted the PC, it still wasn't detected, so I rechecked the connection, and sure enough, that's what it was. It wasn't seated all the way. So now we have all the graphics cards detected, and we're good to go. In the meantime, while I was debugging the rig, I took the time to put in the 3060 into this PC. First thing I noticed is there's no backlighting on the Zotac Gaming. I don't know if somebody in the comments can tell me if that's normal or not, just because it's the base 3060 version and not the Ti. But that one has the backlighting, so I'm a little suspicious. So I'm just trying to get some baseline overclocks here. See, right now I'm running 80 power limit and 900 memory, and I'm getting about 23 mega hash at 135 watts. So I'm still fine tuning that, and I'm going to get just the 3060 Ti now running on Raven here. Have again both batch files going, one for Raven, one for ETH, and then we'll hop on to recording from the PC directly, and we'll see what we can do on the 3060. You guys can see right now I have this running. I settled on these overclocks. I have it going with 88 power limit. I'm trying between 88 and 90 just to see what gets better efficiency. You can see I'm getting about 24 mega hash. And I think I have 100 on the core clock and 1250 on the memory. If I go to 13, it sometimes crashes. So that's what I settled at here. You can see I'm pulling 150 watts. And the same way on that, on the 3060 Ti, you'll see here my temperature is 62 degrees because, again, I set it so that the temperature should be 62 degrees, and the fan will be adjusted automatically by T-Rex Miner to keep that temperature. So that way I don't have to, you know, change the fan if it's a hot day or whatnot. Whereas let's say the 1660 Supers, I just have them run nonstop at 60% and that's it, because they don't get very hot. So it's not much of an issue. Yeah. So that's it. I mean, this 24 mega hash plus the 76 I'm getting on this rig ends up giving me a good 100 mega hash on Ravencoin. So that's pretty good. And you can see the number of cards is growing here. So yeah, I think that's it for today.